I have a great document for you with pictures of all of the AWRs. Whoops, that's here, and I'm including this in the email, but I thought a short video tutorial might be helpful as well. And I haven't done this since May, so I'm going to probably follow through these directions as I'm going also. Okay, so the first thing, and this isn't on the directions, but I want to make sure that you know, when you log in, make sure you put CWCS as your login. And there are 3 schools within our district is what it's called. So the very first thing when you log in there is you want to go to district and then this oversight. And then jump to each of the 3 schools, or you can do one at a time, but just make sure you know that you've got 3 different schools to be working in. All right, so I'm going to start in Connecting Waters Charter School. So then I'm going to go to Teachers and CMS Classroom Management and CMS Classroom Management. This should give me a list of all the classes that I'm teaching. And over on the right-hand side, I've got this little book. Now, if you don't have curriculum loaded in there for some reason, there are directions at the bottom of that document that tell you how to do that. So I'm going to click on the little book. And again, if you don't have curriculum, make sure you set that up first. And of course, this now looks a little different than it did before. So this is the fun thing when people update their technology. All right, from here, I want to make sure that I go to the learning period I'm looking at. It's going to tell me that it's saving the gradebook. That's all fine. And let's see, before I was assigning, so let's see what that button looks like now. Believe it is still a plus. Yes, plus assign. Then I want to assign from curriculum. I don't want to add anything custom. And again, I want to make sure I'm still in the learning period I'm looking at, which is this one right here, LP1. And usually what I do is I have my syllabus or pacing guide up in another tab so I can look at which standards I was covering. And I usually put those in that middle column here so I can see, okay, I need these 2 and these 2, and I can just kind of go through and look for those things and come back over here. Oh, sorry, you guys are all watching me learn this for the first time. This is actually all brand new, that it has the textbook in here instead of the standards themselves, so I don't even need to worry about that so much. I'm going to actually choose my curriculum, and let's see, those are the sections that we went through this learning period and a little bit of chapter 2. That's where I am at, and we did talk about that vocabulary. So then I just click assign. And you can see it populates them all the way across, and then you've got your students listed down here. That is sort of like the grade book that's happening in SIS, but we don't have to actually go in and enter grades for each of those things. This is just because this is the system that our data is all run through, and so our Canvas classes, what's happening over there, don't send over to this. So then once you've picked all the ones for that class, you can go ahead and move on to the next one, and it should save each time. And so like I said, if you've got your pacing guide pretty well settled, you can go through and assign for each of the learning periods. Now there's also a way to duplicate this because you're going to have multiple sections of your course, and then of course in multiple schools, and so that can add up and you'll be repeating the work very quickly. So I want to show you over here on the directions how to copy that. So if you have multiple sections of the same course within the same school, so this won't work across the 3 schools, unfortunately, but for those of you who have like a middle school and a high school section within a section, or you have more than one section for that particular course. There's actually this CC button, and let's explore together and see if it still exists here. I would imagine it's this little copy feature. It's telling me there's no other classes that you teach this year using the curriculum, because I don't have a duplicate section, but if you do, you can set that up and then save yourself at least some of the work. Unfortunately, you do have to go through in each school, but at least gives you a little bit of a workload break to do it within the multiple sections within the own school. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. It's just really our way of managing that data and then, reporting to the state that we are covering all the standards throughout the course of the year, and having the proof and the record of that. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time.